President Donald Trump contends his executive order on refugees will help persecuted Christians gain entry to the U.S. But some advocacy groups say giving Christians priority might actually do more harm than good. And joining us now is the advocacy director from one of those groups, Open Doors USA. Kristen White, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Open Doors says the policy Christians first, is not quite right. It needs to be a needs-based resettlement program. What does that mean?
Well, Lauren, the program for decades, the refugee resettlement program here in the U.S. has been based upon need and vulnerability historically, and so that's what we're talking about. However, you know, we're really encouraged to hear the Trump administration's interest in protecting and helping persecuted Christians around the world. This is great. We just want to be thoughtful about the approach.
But you're saying needs-based. I still don't quite get that. Is it that they are sick, or what is it?
It's based upon the most need and vulnerability. And of course, you know, there's a massive number of refugees around the world, and only a few get to come to the United States or to other countries.
So these would be Muslims, you're saying, who are children or should come ahead of persecuted Christians?
Not necessarily ahead of, but that the program still should be based upon vulnerability, not based upon religion. What we're concerned about is that anytime you start down that road of basing entry upon religion, it could take us to some places where we probably don't want to go.
Can you tell us why right now there are fewer Syrian Christians entering the U.S. than in the past year?
Yes, if we look at the numbers from the past year, there are very few Syrian Christians that have come in, but a lot of people think that this is more of a demographics issue. And
right, because there aren't that many.
There aren't that many to begin with.
Right.
However, there are also not that many Christians getting into the refugee camps. Many Christians that we work with at Open Doors and the Christians I've personally met with are actually urban refugees. They're living in cities like Beirut or Amman. I was just in Amman. I met with many Syrian and Iraqi refugee women living there in apartments, often 3 to 5 families to an apartment.
And they won't come into.
They're not going into the camps. And so we need to look at ways to get to these urban refugees and help give them additional access points.
I think I've heard you say before that if they do go to the camps, they're worried that they will be persecuted.
There is some concern about that, exactly. And so we have heard incidents where Christians have been targeted, and so we want to make sure that people have a safe place to go the whole process.
What is the administration to do?
Well, we're really encouraging the Trump administration to make religious freedom a priority within this crucial first 100 days. And I'm very encouraged to hear that Christians are, that we're talking about persecuted Christians. This is a great step, but we want the administration to make sure that very swiftly they appoint an ambassador at large for international religious freedom to help tackle these levels tackle these issues at the highest level within the U.S. State Department.
Ambassador for International
Religious Freedom. This is a crucial role, and we need someone in that role. It's currently empty, so we're encouraging them to take that step. But the administration, there are a lot of things that they can do.
Right.
This among them to help persecute
Great.
Christians.
Thank you so much, Kristen Wright.
Thank you.